Let me talk about what measles is. I mean, we thought it was nearly eradicated in this country. It is, as you heard in that piece, a highly contagious virus. It is airborne, so if you come in even proximity, a reasonable proximity, you will 90% of the time, if you are not properly immunized, you will get it. This is not like Ebola, where you have to be exposed to the fluid and the tears and the blood and semen of somebody. In a late phase of this disease, these people are contagious for weeks, and they are contagious just by being near them. And you will 90% of the time get this. It causes a dreadful epidemic.
I understand when parents choose not to, and this is an extreme case
when they
where
choose not to, it's because they've never seen an epidemic. They don't understand how dreadful they are.
But look, let me tell you, I have a daughter. She's 1.5 years old, and when I got that chart for the vaccinations and looked at the dozens of shots they wanted to give her before she was even allowed to eat solid foods, I was scared. So what I did my research, and there are different phases you can do, different schedules you can do, and different ways you can vaccinate your child.
I blame the entire public health community. And believe it or not, I know that sounds counterintuitive, but we have not had enough voices out there to explain the why part in the last several generations. We keep forcing it and saying you need to do it, but we haven't explained why. We haven't explained what an epidemic means. And we haven't said, hey, listen, 100 years ago, hundreds of thousands of children were dying behind these diseases. We've gotten them under control, and this is how we keep you and your family safe by continuing to do this.
With our rights and privileges and freedoms comes responsibility. And one of those responsibilities is for one another. Yes, we are as parents responsible for our kids, and I understand, believe me, I'm sympathetic to that feeling of not wanting anything. I have friends that don't vaccinate. They're not my friends because of that. They're still my friends. I understand. But I just wish people could. There's a way humans think where they aren't very good at assessing risks. We're really not very good at that. And to tell someone, yes, there's a one out of a 10,000 possibility of a really serious reaction to this vaccine, and a 1 out of 1,000 probability of the child dying of measles. And by the way, it's a terrible illness, but it's mostly eradicated in this country. But if there's an epidemic, we can't make that assessment. But here we are now in an epidemic. So it's time to get serious about this. Read the facts. The biology is very clear.